Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Halfway through the week. All right, while we're waiting for everybody to come in, some of you still need to finish your progress learning activities. And they don't transfer automatically, so I have to go in and transfer those grades into the grade book. So I'll be doing that today. But before we get started on that, I wanted to um, go over this worksheet with you. Taking note of some of the errors that, so I've created another worksheet that we'll deal with on Friday, dealing with some of the errors that you have on progress learning. Again, we've done worksheets. Let me come out of this for a minute and just show you what you need to do. In addition, your exam for milestone is April the 24th. And you need to be preparing for it. So what you want to do as far as the modules are concerned, every module has a review page at the end. Today we're going to look at the taxonomy one, but you want to go through, and when I click on these, they come up as a document to the side. So I'm not going to click on them because I'm just going to end up with a whole bunch of documents that I need to open. But you want to go to the last link on each module that says review page, and it doesn't matter which one you download, they all have one. So use them as a study guide. We've done one or two of these, and we're going to do the taxonomy today. So every time you see one that says review page, like we're going to go back and do this sell and transport one because you've been working on that with your progress learning in there. Now, not yet to have anybody get 100 on that. So we're going to make sure that we go back and look at that. But all of these modules that say that we've done already that say review page, you need to make sure that you go back and look at those review pages um, so that you can use them as a study guide for the milestone test. All right, so we're going to look at the taxonomy one today. So that one is already assigned to you in your assignments. Let me see if I pull it back up, because that's where I was. It should be on your, let me see what it looks like if when I do it as a student. Let me know if it's not on your assignment page, because it should be. Okay, yeah, it is. The taxonomy practice. So pull that up, please. And I want to highlight some things with that with you. Let Ariana in. All right, so when you pull that one up, let me see if it opens in the share. There we go. Okay. All right. So these introductory questions, you want to make sure that you can answer them. But this one in particular I want to work with you on. So what you have to do with these, it says using the animals below, write a dichotomous T to try to find that follows the rules, and then decide on how many couplets you should have. So first thing you want to decide is that they're all vertebrates. They're all in the category of subphylum of vertebrates. And so with that in mind, you want to look at, you don't want to say has a backbone or doesn't have a backbone. They all have a backbone, or not a backbone, an internal skeleton. So that's a given as to the classification. So don't use that as a couplet. But just try to put them in groups that you can write couplets for. They have this, they don't have this. They have fur, they don't have fur. They have a shell, they don't have a shell. So create couplets that will put these in groups and eventually classify them by themselves. Okay, we're not looking for scientific names on these. You can end up just saying elephant has that classification, giraffe. We don't worry about their scientific names. All we're trying to do with this activity is to create couplets that will start one that's wide. Yes, they have this. No, they don't have this. And then you would maybe three or four of them will have that category and the rest of them don't. So when you come up with the category of the things that they don't, then you need to look at a different character. Look at all the organisms that didn't fall in that category. What do they have in common that you could create a couple of? They have this, they don't have this. Okay. And then look at how many fall in that group, and then look at the ones that you have left. They have this, they don't have this. So you're going to come up, you should come up with at least 4 different couplets. And by the time you're finished, you should have placed them in their assigned groups. Okay, and again, you're not looking for scientific names on this, so you don't have to do any research. You just want to look at their characteristics. Or you might look up what their characteristics are so that you can put them in a group together. Mammal could be one because feed their young with milk is a characteristic that not all of them do. Okay, so we have an elephant, we have a fox, a zebra, a bear. Look like a whatever that is. That looks like an anteater, a turtle, uh, a kangaroo, a weasel, and a gopher and a weasel and a giraffe. Okay, so you want to find things that will put them all in a group by themselves. So, for example, our turtle will end up in a group because he's the only one with a shell. So that might be a category that you start with that'll eliminate him automatically. So start with the ones that you know will single out most one or two of them automatically, and then you continue on with the rest. Okay. Like I said, has fur, doesn't have fur. And that doesn't have fur still will cover some of these, but definitely will take the turtle out. Okay. All right, so work on this worksheet today. If you haven't finished your progress learning, do that. All right, with this one down here, you want to use the words over here to the side, the letters to put in the matching. And those are multiple choice. But work on this one today. I want you to just work on this dichotomous key part today. And then worry about the rest of the worksheet later. But today I want you to work on creating this dichotomous key. All right. All right, so again, focus on that. If you've already completed your progress learning, focus on just this. And if you finish don't turn it in today. Hold on to it till Friday. It's not due yet. But work on that dichotomous key part and then go back and work on the other section because you're going to have to write your dichotomous key on a separate piece. There's not a room for you to stick it in between the lines here. So you're going to have to create a separate document for this question right here. Okay. All right. Again, nobody should be submitting this today because you're not going to have a complete document. All right. Any questions? Any questions? All right. So again, some of you need to work on the cell transport one was a complete assessment. So you need to make sure that you do that first. And it is something that I have to go in and grade your written responses to. So that's going to take a minute. All right, I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to do attendance and let you work on that. This is our short day. Again, study, 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 be studying. We don't normally have homework, but you got homework from here till milestones. You need to give yourself the best advantage you can by pulling up old worksheets that we've done, all the activities that we've done in the past, and looking at those study guides and just reading over the modules. You have videos in your playlist. Spend some time looking those over as well. All right, and we have a lot to do with biology, so don't log into biology and then do something else. Since some of y'all log in for attendance and then do something else. Again, if you have not completed all of the assigned progress learning activities, please make sure that you do. The cell transport one is an assessment. It has more than 10 questions. So make sure that you have completed that. right, Landon, you haven't done your progress learning. You only person I don't have a score for. Um, Zayla, you're missing some of the activities. Most of you have not done your macromolecule one or cell transport. Okay, I still only have two people who have done the cell transport in progress learning. That one is an assessment, so it's more than 5 questions, so you need to give attention to that, please. All right, so please complete whatever you have not completed. And I'll see you guys on Friday. Remember, we're preparing for milestones, so we're trying to take every opportunity we can to study. And if you have no further questions for me, you are welcome to log out. Have a good warms up. Still a little cold here.